Hey guys, welcome to Cray Outdoors Fishing. First of all, in light of it being Thanksgiving season, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's subscribed and supports my YouTube channel. If you're new to my videos, I post videos from across New York State, and home base for me is here in Western New York, so be sure to subscribe if you're interested in fishing in Western New York. Today's video is part one of my friend's trip to the area. This was 2 weeks ago. My friend came and visited from, he's from the Philly area, doesn't have steelhead out where he lives, and he's been wanting to catch a steelhead and make a steelhead fishing trip. So from where I live nowadays in Olean, the steelhead streams are unfortunately a little bit of a ride for me. So we actually started the day at sunrise out in Allegany State Park, decided to try the lakes there for the big breeder trout that the DEC stocks at the end of the season in the fall. Started off pretty slow. We fished the lakes for a couple hours and couldn't find the schools, didn't even get a bite, but at the very end we finally ended up finding some fish on a little bit of an experiment.
Infinite bite. Okay, I guess that. Ready, man? I'm going to set the hook. I'm going to throw the net down to you if I hook him. Got him. Yeah, it's a trout, little trout. I don't need the net for him. Absolutely nothing happened at the main lake, so we came down here where I catch them sometimes. When they stocked them, it was a drought, so I sort of didn't expect to catch anything down here. But first fish of the trip. Yeah, why don't you? He's not big enough where I want a picture with him or anything. Yeah, let the little guy go. Oh, great. Do you want to cut it? If it was towards the end of the day, I'd keep him. Actually, I don't know if... Oh, frick. I'm just thinking about it. This isn't Quaker Lake. I don't know. Even though I'm positive these trout came from Quaker Lake, I don't know if we're allowed to keep them down here. It's got on... Looks like a nice one. Can you net it and everything? I'm coming.
You gotta figure out if you can keep them, man. That's a nice fish.
I have, down here in terms of keeping them, this is a gigantic gray area. Because I don't know if it counts as Quaker Lake, Quaker Run, or the Allegany Reservoir.
Right, yeah.
And I don't know if New York State has like exception, like in the Seneca Nation, their trout season, like almost the whole reservoir is on the Seneca Nation. And so their trout season doesn't close till January 1st or something like that. Yeah. But this is not on Seneca Nation here, so you don't follow their rules. I have no idea. I honestly, like, I highly doubt if you wanted to keep them. I don't see anybody giving us a hard time about that. If the park police came down, they probably don't know either. So, well, all right, I got that on film. Oh, this is great. The thing is, we're gonna have to. I mean, we're gonna be fishing all day, so. And in here, these things actually have a chance of surviving too, because they could go into the main reservoir, and that's big enough and deep enough for them to. Quaker Lake, they don't live year round. Yeah, he's right in the mouth. I'd let him go.
Yeah, I'll let him go.
Let this girl go. Or guy, I think that's a girl.
It does look like a girl.
Yeah. Let it recover for a minute. So, we're gonna let him go. Hopefully, he'll make it. She'll make it. Got another nibble. Bite, bite. Another little rainbow. I switched to power bait. He bit that instantly. Yeah. Is it in the mouth? Well, that one's gonna make it. He swam off on him already. Them little rainbows are lively. Bite again. Fish. Another rainbow. Probably the last fish of the day. Or not the last fish of the day, the last fish of here. We gotta go steelhead fishing. Having fun catching these little rainbows though. I'm gonna try and bring them up. Yeah, why not? Do it over the water in case he drops. Fortunately, I'm going to have to cut the hook on him, but I haven't gotten a picture with one of these guys yet. These are, I don't, as far as, Zach, it's got my hook in it from earlier. Yeah, no, alright, this is the second time today I've caught this fish. Earlier I caught him on a night crawler and we cut the hook. Now I caught him on power bait, and he swallowed it again. Ay, ay, ay. That is insane. Well, I don't know if this little guy's going to make it long term, but again, I don't know what the regulations are if you're allowed to keep him in here or not. This is definitely the same fish I caught earlier. He's got my hook in his mouth where we cut it before. That's crazy. You know what? I'll bring him down. We got stuff down there we need to grab anyway. And we're going to call it quits here. Alright, well, releasing the rainbow that now has 2 hooks in him. Stupid fish. Well, we're now heading steelhead fishing. This was an interesting trip. First hour and a half at the lake, not even a bite. Came down here and ended up doing alright. I caught 2 rainbow, 3 rainbow. The 1 rainbow I caught twice because I cut the hook and he still had the hook in it, which was interesting. And of course that caught that big giant brown trout, which really made the trip worth it. All these fish I'm pretty sure are stockies that fell over the dam. In fact, I'm positive the rainbows are. Yeah, we probably would have kept them, but once they go over the dam, I don't know what the regulations are down here. So we ended up throwing them all back and hopefully they'll make it. But definitely interesting fishing experience. Good way to start the trip. See how we do for steelhead now. Alright, well, we're at Canadaway Creek. Haven't seen any steelhead yet, so this is the first decent looking hole here. I'm going to sneak up on it. Water's very low and clear, so less than ideal conditions for sure. Sounds like Zach's finally found a fish. See if he can catch it. Could be a brown trout too, I don't know. I don't want to go over there and spook it and find out what's going on. Got him? Yeah, buddy! Finally! It's just not a very big one, but he's got on a 4-weight, so with the low clear conditions, he's using the lighter action pole. I don't know, he looks more like... He's probably close to 15. I think it's 18, though. I meant to look at the regulations guide. I had it in my car. Yeah, them things fight. Now imagine if you hook into one of the 20-inchers. That's about the same size as the one that I caught at, or I missed at Chautauqua Creek the other 2 weeks ago. Yeah, try not to spook anything at the front of the hole. Keep them down here. I think we already spooked anything that's hanging out down under there. I'm telling you, these steelhead are in the fall. In the spring they don't fight as hard, but in the fall they're insane. Zach wants to keep one, so Okay, so you don't want me to land it? I can grab him right now.
Just because.
Oh yeah, he's 15 inches. He's bigger than I thought. He's like, he might even be 18.
There you go.
Yeah, could put him somewhere moist.
See the tape?
It's in the front thing of my, the very front little compartment.
Someone always catches one.
It's red.
16.
Yeah, there you go. That's perfect picture. Good.
Awesome.
You unhooked them, right? And revive them. Little fish took you for a ride. I'm telling you, that thing probably fought harder than that big brown trout this morning, right? Yeah, like imagine hooking a huge one. Like they're insane.
Awesome.
They're insane.
Heck yeah, dude. That's sick.
Alright, Canadaway Creek on the board this trip. I was thinking these conditions, this is the clearest. It's not the lowest I've seen it, but this is definitely the clearest I've ever seen it. So I was really concerned we weren't going to catch any fish here, but happy now. Oh, there's a big one.
I know I saw him.
Oh, it's still recording. Looks like you're not even moving them. I don't even think he knows he's hooked yet. Once he realizes he's hooked, that thing's gonna freak. I don't see the line. I don't see. Okay, I see the fish now. Got them all riled up now. The one you got's one of the. Oh man, the one you had was one of the bigger ones too. It was definitely in the mouth. Yeah, it's definitely in the mouth. He bet it. That sucks. Wait, what? Oh, nice. Zach will take it for sure.
Yeah, I found some split shots. Yeah, to cut those. Dude, there was a squirrel like I don't even know, close to like the
Stick it
top
in
of this tree
here.
here. Or shoot, it's right here. Close to the top of that tree, and all of a sudden I heard a stick break and something hit the ground. The freaking squirrel fell all the way from the top of it, and like I thought it was dead, so I went up to it and I poked it with my pole, and all of a sudden it fell.
That's awesome. I wish we'd have got that on film.
Heard a huge stump.
That's awesome.
It was, yeah, all the way almost to the top of that tree, man, on one of the little sticks up there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Because it landed on the rocks, too.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Man. Oh, you missed, Zach hooked the biggest one in the hole,
Did he really?
and then it broke the line.
Oh, man.
He fought it for a little while. He couldn't even budge it. Like, he
big
wasn't
was it?
even, it wasn't huge. It was like a 22-ish inches. We've got one man not in waders here. I should have just let you borrow my waders. Eek! Holy crap. Once you can get past there, if you can get past the first step, right here is doable. Right here is very doable. It's just strong current. Hey, I'm rigging up for the next spot, and Zach's finally got a steelhead on. Again, we're just about to leave. Gave a couple more casts at this last hole here. Oh, this is the same hole he missed them before. It's really the only hole where they're schooled up good. We're on our way back. And Zach's got another one. Watch out for my pole behind you. It's in the process of being rigged. Oh no! Oh man, that sucks. Sheesh. I thought you said he had a thick leader. How do they keep popping it?
I didn't break off.
Oh, it just came off? Oh, that sucks. Alright, well, we are now heading back. Zach missed a bunch of hookups and caught one average size steelhead, so made the trip worth it anyway. And we're going to head to Dunkirk Harbor now and see if we can catch some nighttime walleye. So stay tuned for that. Well, we are now here at Dunkirk Harbor on Lake Erie. Gonna give it a shot for nighttime walleye or whatever else. We're mainly using live bait today. Might throw a couple lures. We'll see what we can catch. That was not a carp. No, that was not a carp. Zach, that was not a carp. That was a trout. It had brown. That was a freaking brown trout.
I think it was a trout.
That was 100% a trout. We just had one of the biggest brown trout I've ever seen here jump right in front of me. Zach's saying it was a carp. It was not no carp. Carp don't jump like that, for one thing. Not in here. Oh man, that changes everything. Now I'm gonna go throw lures if the trout are in here.
Can't see that.
Okay. Oh, the thing out there? Apparently we got the Lake Erie monster down here. We think it's a sturgeon or something. Holy frick! Holy what the heck is that? It looks like a whale. It keeps coming to the surface and going back under. Well, we're cold and hungry, so we're packing up and leaving Dunkirk Harbor. Shut out here, but we saw the Loch Ness monster, the Lake Erie monster. Like, we're all witnesses. There was a 10-foot something out there. That was insane. I don't know if it was a lake sturgeon or what, but it was crazy. But anyway, leaving now. I feel like the place had potential, but we didn't have minnows. I just feel like we didn't have the right presentation today. But it was a fair day. It was decent definitely this morning, and Steelhead were in there. It's just not ideal conditions.
So I just want to say, whatever that thing was that we saw at Dunkirk Harbor there at the end, we were not exaggerating or joking. Like, there appeared to be something huge in the middle of the harbor. Of course, my camera has no zoom capabilities, and it was a good 300-400 yards out in the twilight, so I didn't get it on video, but you did get my reaction to it, and my friends' reactions. I turned the camera on after, like, they were freaking out about it, and so then I had to go over there and take a look. I have no idea what that was. And just so you know, too, like, I have a degree in fish and wildlife from Paul Smith's. My friend Zach has an environmental studies degree from Paul Smith's. Justin's studying environmental science at JCC. Like, we're all, like, you know, scientifically, logically minded people. I'm not saying for sure that maybe our eyes weren't playing some kind of trick on us. It was in the twilight. Possibly it was something logical and explainable, a piece of trash or something that... in the twilight, the way the waves were hitting it appeared to be something completely different. I don't know. But to us, it appeared to be like a 10-foot creature. Like, it was bigger than like a deer or something like that. It was bigger than that bear that came right up to us in my bear video. If you've watched that, I mean, it was huge, whatever was out there. The only thing in Lake Erie that gets that big are lake sturgeon. It's possible that's what it was. Every once in a great while, somebody actually does hook those this time of year in Dunkirk Harbor. Somebody will hook one. I saw a lake sturgeon once before. I'm not sure if it was a lake sturgeon. It was some kind of big sturgeon once before in Presque Bay when I was little, and that was like a 4 or 5 foot fish. It was one of the biggest freshwater fish I've ever seen, but nothing like this. And sturgeon rarely come to the surface. This was right at the surface, so I have no idea what it could have been, but definitely made the trip to Dunkirk Harbor memorable. So overall, the fishing this trip was pretty slow considering the amount of time that we spent at it. We didn't spend a lot of time at Dunkirk Harbor. I feel like Dunkirk Harbor did have potential. We just didn't spend a lot of time there. We were pretty darn cold and hungry at that point. And I don't think we had the right presentation either. The fish seemed to be in there. There were minnows hanging out under the pier. Unfortunately, our drop net bit the dust at the end of last season, so we didn't have a way to capture those minnows and use them for bait, which might have been a different story. But anyway, we still had a pretty darn good time. So I know we probably looked like idiots. I gave my friend Zach bad advice, bad fly fishing advice, because I'm not a fly fisherman. He wanted to catch a steelhead on the fly. He asked if his 4-weight fly rod would be able to handle one of the steelhead. And my advice to him was, you know, you probably want to use whatever your lighter presentation is, because the creek was so low and clear, and I knew that the fish were going to be very finicky. And that was bad advice, because that 4-weight fly rod was way too flimsy to handle these steelhead, even in the low, clear conditions. He had no control over them, and he was unable to bring in any of the big ones that he hooked. That one hole had a pod of, you know, about 6 or so fish in it, and probably more than that. There's like 10 fish in there, and he hooked almost every single fish in that hole at one point, and was just unable to bring them in. I know I got a couple of those misses on film. But he did say that catching that 16-inch steelhead was one of the most fun things he's ever done on that flimsy 4-weight rod. So I'm glad he was able to at least get one steelhead this trip. Stay tuned for part 2. Part 2's coming up in the next couple of days. We head out to Chautauqua Creek and the Muskie River. Actually, it caught even less fish than we did today, but so it'll be a briefer video. But part 2 is coming. Stay tuned for that. Be sure to subscribe, and thank you once again for watching. And we'll catch you in the next adventure. I finally am starting to have some time on my hands, so I'm going to be doing some more fishing this week. So fun stuff coming.